trucks built to serve.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to First Things First. I'm Jenna Wolf alongside Nick Wright, Kevin Wilds. We got Greg Jennings with us this morning on a Tuesday. Got a great show for you today. Why is Nick all fired up about Tom Brady's latest misstep? We'll let you know. Eagles trying to explain why they drafted another quarterback, something the Patriots did not do. Pats seem to be all in on Stidham, or are they? That's where we start this morning. Hey, there is a reason why 30-year-old Cam Newton has been linked to the Patriots as a possible replacement for Tom Brady. Not because the Patriots have said so. In fact, they've shown less than no interest in the former Panther quarterback, at least publicly. No, instead it's this. Our friends over Fox Bet giving the Patriots the best odds to land Cam, moving up from plus 650 to minus 182 since the NFL draft. Now, Nick, I don't even know what those numbers mean or the first thing about gambling, but they seem to be a very big jump in a few days. What do you make of those odds, Nick?
Well, yeah, Jenna, to translate those odds in the simplest possible terms, what it means is a week ago, if you bet around $180 on the Patriots signing Cam Newton, you could win a little over $1,000. Now, if you bet $180 on the Patriots signing Cam Newton, you can win $100. They are massive odds changes, the likes of which you would only see in international tennis if there was thought the match was fixed. So why are we seeing all of this movement and all of this momentum potentially towards Cam joining the Patriots? The answer is, unfortunately, much to my morbid depression, it makes so much sense. From the Patriots' perspective, who are their options other than their current quarterback depth chart, which right now is the worst quarterback depth chart in the entire NFL? All 32 teams rank them. The team with the worst current quarterback depth chart is the New England Patriots. Their options are trade for Andy Dalton. He has $17 million owed to him. Trade for Jacoby Brissett. It's a more palatable contract, but because the contract's so palatable, you would probably have to give up a legitimate draft resource or sign a quarterback better than Dalton, better than Jacoby, and have to give up nothing, and you get to negotiate your own contract in Cam Newton. On Cam's side of things, why does it make sense? Well, who else needs a quarterback? Washington, maybe, but they traded for a different former Carolina Panther in Kyle Allen. They still have Dwayne Haskins, obviously, and I don't know if Cam wants to reunite with Ron Rivera. That then leaves New England and Jacksonville. And Jacksonville is still run by Dave Caldwell, even though Tom Coughlin's gone. It's still coached by Doug Marrone, and they still have no cogent offensive plan. So if I'm Cam Newton, the Patriots make the most sense. If I'm the Patriots, Wilds, Cam makes the most sense. Yeah. This makes sense for everyone.
Yep, keep going.
Except for me, who is going to just put in a spiral of anger and depression. But Wilds, I don't see why this wouldn't happen at this point.
Well, I am tempering my expectations. We had a Tua Photoshop last week, and this week we've got the Cam Photoshop with the music. The only thing that really brings me joy here, Nick, if we could play the exciting music for you, is how upsetting it gets you. My actual emotions are a little bit different. I'm a little bit more tempered. I'm relaxed. I don't want to get too excited and have this not happen. Jenna, when I was a kid, we went on a family trip to the Bureau of Printing and Engraving. It's where they make all of the money.
Oh.
And it's like, wow, this is great. And you're so excited. You're seeing this like money roll off the printing press. And then you realize, like, I'm not any closer to this money than I was when I was in Groton, Connecticut. Just feels like I'm closer. So that's, Jenna, that's the way I feel about Cam. I don't want to get too excited until it actually happens.
The other reason not to get too excited, and I mentioned it earlier, Greg, I'll mention it again, we haven't heard word one from the Patriots about this. There's been zero link or anything leaking from their organization. You wonder if there's a part of Bill Belichick that wants to show the world he can win without Tom Brady, without drafting a veteran quarterback, just doing it with the guys they have in-house to show that it's all him. But who knows? These odds are really, really big, though. What do you make of the numbers?
Well, for me, I understand
and could understand the idea of Bill Belichick just wanting to win with what he has in-house to prove a point. However, when we look at his track record, all he's ever cared about was winning. And if you want to win, you have to ensure that you have the pieces that will allow and afford you to do that very thing. Cam Newton is, and I've said this before, I just don't see how they don't go and acquire Cam Newton for all the reasons that Nick mentioned. He's the one quarterback that you can go and grab, and you don't have to give up anything. You can just state your terms. He can agree to it. He can state his terms. You guys can come to a consensus and make the deal happen for a year, maybe two, but a year, and then see what comes of it. So it's a perfect situation for both. Cam Newton, obviously, it's not going to happen in Carolina. He's out there. Other quarterbacks are getting signed. Jameis Winston to the Saints. We look at Cam Newton. He's better than Jameis Winston, and Jameis Winston just got a backup position job. He's not going to get a starting position job unless he goes somewhere and he earns that spot. Where that location is, New England. New England is that spot. And I believe that if Cam wants to win, he will understand that, look, I might have to take this one on the chin when it comes to dollars and cents, but on the back end, I will be better suited because of the winning that will correlate to my coming here.
All right, Greg, I totally get that. And Nick, from the Patriots' perspective, it seems like a no-brainer. They already have arguably, if not the thinnest quarterback chart in the NFL right now. But is this the smart move for Cam? Should Cam want this?
Oh, I think he absolutely should want this. Listen, this contract is going to suck for Cam no matter what. No matter what whether it's with Jacksonville, the Patriots, or the Oakland, if they get in the sweepstakes, if they decide they've soured on Derek Carr. This contract is going to be for the least amount of money Cam Newton has earned in a season playing football since he was at Auburn. And so he's just going to have to deal with that part of it. It's going to suck, but it is going to be an investment in his future. And when you look at the potential quarterback landscape a year from now, I count a quarter of the teams in the league that might be in the quarterback marketplace next year. Not this offseason, but next offseason. The Colts, the Bears, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Broncos, Washington, the Saints, and the Niners, they all, in theory, could be looking for a quarterback next year. The only way Cam is going to get paid is on his next contract, not this contract. So if you go to New England, rebuild some of your value, have the best coaching you've ever had, the best offensive system you've ever had, the most defensive help you've ever had. And if the Patriots were to sign Cam, again, I believe Cam right now is better than Brady. Brady had them last year. They were 12-3 with a lead with a minute left in the final game of the regular season, this close to a bye. The defense isn't going to be markedly worse than last year. If they were to sign Cam, to me, they become third or fourth in the AFC behind the Chiefs and the Ravens right there. So, yeah, to me, for Cam, you take the financial haircut this year and invest in your future for future years. I can't believe I'm advising this, but if I were advising Cam, I would, I've said it before, $5 million in New England is worth more than 15 or 20 million in Jacksonville if you're thinking long-term, Greg Jennings.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. And then you have to consider, you go to New England, if you're Cam Newton, he's 30, he'll be 31 next month, and he makes it work. There is not a team that would be on the quarterback market next year that will say, oh, he went to New England, it's not going to work for us. No, they're going to say just the opposite. Man, he went to New England, he cleaned things up, he was able to win, or whatever the case may be. Bill Belichick made it work. We can make it work. This is all positive for Cam Newton if he decides to go down this road. Because as an older quarterback in this league, or an older player in this league, there are not many options that you're going to have. The league gets younger every single year. And so you have to, as you alluded to, Nick, you got to chalk it up and make an investment. He's smart enough. He's made enough money right now. He can take this year and build back his resume and then go out and hand it out the following year and see what comes of it.
Wilds, it's hard to convince a guy to do that, though. Go take less money, even though you probably think you're worth more. You still think it's the right move for Cam?
Yeah, I think it'd be great for Cam. I think it'd be great for the Patriots. I'm going to throw the ball to Greg here because I want some clarity on the reason that I've been reading why Cam shouldn't come to New England. It's basically like the Patriots want to go with Hoyer and Stidham because they're familiar with the playbook. Do you think that that is an actual obstacle that Cam wouldn't be able to get over? Or do you think that Belichick, that this playbook is so complicated that you need years of studying it?
Yeah, with the New England Patriots, you definitely need some time to study that playbook. I had an opportunity to train with those guys, and they worked me out, and they took me through some of their plays. And, I mean, it is literally like drawing up on a whiteboard different plays week in and week out. You need time to be in a system like that. But Cam has been around long enough. He would be able to learn that.
All right. Hey, still, if all goes according to plan, 4.5 months until the start of the regular season, plenty of time for both Cam to make a decision